Good morning.
Um, Today is the 26th of February, and we're here back at it again. Sorry that I missed you guys yesterday. Um, we like to start the day going over a little bit of fundamental stuff, but we don't really have much of anything from the economic calendar that's really relevant today. We have some numbers coming out tomorrow, but I think the biggest fundamental mover of the day um, will be not Tesla earnings, I'm sorry, NVIDIA earnings. So I think today we have NVIDIA and, if I'm not mistaken, Snow and something else. But when we see some of these larger weighted stocks, we understand that they can move the market with their earnings one way or the other. I was reading a Kramer piece the other day, and he was saying that he felt like this was the excuse. No matter what NVIDIA does, they're going to use it as an opportunity to sell the market. I don't know that I agree with that, but after what we've seen over the past several days, I say it every day, cash is a position, um, and to take your profits when you see them. Hopefully, some of you were able to get in on the 59.70 puts that are called Monday and the 597 puts. Those went like 400% yesterday, and all of the carnage. Something I think that's kind of important to remember is that there are levels. Um, there are levels to all of this, and we are at some key levels right now where if things don't bounce, they're going to die. So we may see some upward movement. Kind of concerning today is Apple has been moving extremely well, even in the face of all of the blood in the market. And we're down, not a whole lot on it, but it's down nonetheless. Palantir was Palantir is positive, but it looks as if it's losing some of its momentum in the pre-market. And based on how much we have gone down over the last, 4 or 5 sessions, I don't really feel like we are up enough to confidently say that the bloodbath is over. We are nearing the end of the month, which will be Friday, and sometimes we do see selling there. So if you're in these markets, I just want to encourage you to proceed with extreme caution. I do believe I want to take a look. I don't have this chart prepared. However, there was a short report on App Lovin this morning. Oop. Go over here. Then I want to take a look at the chart just to see what's going on here. Jesus, look at that. Down $28 today after the beating that it's taken. And actually, I do have it marked up because it was something I was fiddling around with. Looking at it on the weekly here. Let's take a look at the daily and expand this. This is something I may be interested in getting into short today. It's getting ready to, if it doesn't get caught by this 21, by the 50 moving average, we could be in real trouble here. And let me just expand this. I want to see what there is to catch it. Ooh. We could come 308. 310 is a real possibility here. 310 is a real possibility. So that is a thing that I'm eyeing. I will see what those puts look like at open. Let's switch back over here. and I'll put this on the daily because I know it's been discussed before. We were hitting this key level here, the 61.17 to 61.20 range, and then dropping. And we were having trouble sustaining below this like 60-20 level, and we have broken that the last couple of sessions. We came all the way down to 59.09, 59, something like that, 59.10, we'll call it, yesterday, and we bounced, which is a good thing. And if you look at the 4-hour chart, it kind of closed at the 200 average. So if it can turn around and rebound here, I think we'll be okay. But we've got a long way to go if it can't hold this. So on the downside, I would be eyeing 59.50. Clearly, it bounced off of that twice yesterday. Couldn't break, but usually things on the third try will. So we have that as a level on the downside. I think we're looking at 6,000 to 6,020 on the upside, and just some uncertainty. So we're looking at SPY. We were up 33-ish points this morning, and we pared that down by 10. Nothing is up a lot based on where it was on these charts. So just be wary. Leslie, are you with us? All right. Leslie is
Not just yet. Give me 5 minutes ish.
no worries. Okay. So so we went over AppLovin. I think crypto, Bitcoin in particular, but crypto as a whole is taking a beating. And I think that, if we are being mindful or looking for opportunities on the put side, what I would say is that Hood, Coin, MicroStrategy all look like great big puts here until Bitcoin can really make a comeback. And it looks like it may continue to drop. So there is definitely some concern there. I feel like Bitcoin represents the biggest of the risk assets and the risk on, risk off mentality of the market. And the market seems to be really, really, really risk off right at this particular moment. When you look at the way some of these things are just taking a beating, we're not talking about down 1%, 2%. We're talking double-digit percentages on a lot of the stocks that we trade so consistently. I don't know if that is what would you say? I think we need to see a considerable amount more upward movement in some of these things that are beaten down. But I also feel like we could be setting up, and this is something that Leslie and I talked about, as we've been charting over the last couple of months, like, wow, November marked this place where everything just kind of took off. Obviously, that coincides with the election. But could we get back to November lows? And as the days go by, it's seeming like a greater and greater and greater possibility that could be precisely where we're heading, especially on some of these large and mega cap stocks. Let's look at Tesla. If we just look at, even if we're looking at a weekly, I drew my fib here from the December 16th weekly. So we have dropped 189 points since December the 16th, which is insanity to me. Again, we're not talking about 2%, 3%, 4% drops. We're talking about hundreds of dollars and trillions and trillions and trillions. I think we kind of discussed this the other day. just on Friday, I believe it was about 7 trillion in market cap wiped out. Don't know what the figures look like from yesterday's carnage, but this isn't a good sign. Um, in my personal opinion, I think that we are in a very precarious situation right now, and I feel like we have some more downward movement. Like, look at Meta. Meta has dropped. Where are we at?
I am sorry, my friend. I'm here. I'm back.
80 points or so. You're what?
No, I'm talking to myself about something that I did over here. But what did I miss? I see NVIDIA
No,
up on
we're
the
just
screen. Good morning, everyone.
so I was just kind of going over just what I'm seeing, what my concerns in the market are, some of the key levels that have been lost, um, the potential of going back to November levels on some of this stuff. Um, and just we're not talking about these 2% drops, 3%, talking a whole $100 and over the span of a week. This isn't, oh, it's down $100 over 7 months. Talking about
So
down $100 over
MicroStrategy has
7 days.
crashed 55%. 55%. 55. So to your point, this is not a small thing. I was looking at stuff last night and it was like 25 to 40%. But Bitcoin is approaching, this is a different chart, but it's approaching 82 now, which is a level that I had drawn on a different chart. So I would like to think that, what did we say about NVIDIA this morning? That no matter what, it was something about their earnings that we were
So
discussing.
Kramer
And I
was saying
know,
no matter what happened.
no, the hell with Kramer. What were you and I saying? Basically, I think I was saying that it was at the top. So no matter what it did, it may drop. And then your perspective was that might drop the market. Was that it? Further, drop the market
It
further.
could.
NVIDIA
Think
looks
about
a
that.
lot like my
Number
Bitcoin
one,
chart.
waiting.
So if let me pull up my chart real quick because you are kind of familiar. You've seen it several times. What my Bitcoin chart looks like.
I have.
And NVIDIA is doing a very similar thing, and we know what Bitcoin did. Hold on, let me get my technological life together here.
Mm-hmm.
So Bitcoin consolidated in a level, then it went up and consolidated in the next level, and then we were having this conversation, and it was, let's do that real quick. When we were having the conversation, I was saying it could continue to consolidate in this level, and this was the last day you were here, or it could drop down to the next level. And it's so similar to the formation that we see on NVIDIA, too similar.
Mm-hmm.
And Bitcoin, of course, chose to drop down to the next lower and now the third lowest level. I guess it would be approaching this 82. So does that mean NVIDIA is going to 108?
Quite possibly. Like
It's
I
kind of
don't rule it
rhetorical,
out,
but
and I just wonder, oh
these are the conversations that we
Jesus, I
have
was
with.
thinking I was going to get a chance to. Thinking I was going to get a chance to get in on these App Lovin' puts. App Lovin' is down $65.
What is okay? So
The
then we
report.
had identified an article that we thought might have potentially been the cause of this. Let me see if I can find it in our messenger chat. Because we were looking for what the impetus was, what the reason was for what we are experiencing. Was it this Trump tariffs? Trump says tariffs on Mexico will go forward from Monday. I think that's it.
Mm-hmm. And nothing seems like it's holding. Like, so we were up decent this morning. Um, Jesus. Whew. We were up
So what?
decent on a lot of stuff this morning, and like I'm just seeing, so we were up, I think when we started the call, we were up about 33 on the S&P. We are still up 20, but um Palantir was up almost $3. It's getting ready to go negative. MicroStrategy is dropping it like it's hot. Uh,
Well,
Apple.
that's in response. That's in direct response to this big red candle on Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Well,
Bitcoin?
absolutely.
I really do think it is that article or that announcement from Monday about the Trump tariffs going forward on Mexico and Canada. I really do think that that was their reason for this sell off, this orchestrated sell off. But is Bitcoin? No, I guess that would mean no, because the market is really mirroring what Bitcoin is doing. SMCI is up 20. I'm trying to see what is not still tanking.
Um, Nvidia's up 2%, 2.2, but not surprising considering it has earnings. The tell you what is up. Oh no, Lily is down now too. Lily was up. Snowflake is up a little, but like if you look at the pre-market candles, it have we peaked for the day? Like quite possibly. Um,
Baba's back to its routine of gapping up, and then trading sideways probably.
mhm.
We'll see. I mean, let me look for some puts. We have traded in the last, I would say, week or so. Puts on Oklo, puts on Meta were called. My notebook fell. Um, what
Well,
else?
I read something.
Palantir.
Mhm. Now I read something recently about like I'm so confused at why Carvana is up. I think it's an excellent put setup though, which I was eyeing yesterday and didn't get in. But I don't know. Record repossessions and auto loan defaults are at record highs. Like, why is it up?
Hmm. Just looking at the. Let me get to a higher time frame. So I would go. I think it's just retracing into the 200 moving average before it drops again. You know, I was saying I think it gets to 200, which is my favorite fib level. Um, so based on this candle that I'm seeing, the start of this 4 hour candle and the previous 4 hour candle, kind of looking like we might see that today. What is this?
Hmm.
I have not had an opportunity to read anything this morning. Um,
Well, the news
and
just finds me. Like, even the news I don't want to see. But I also, like I said, I think that Bitcoin is a huge problem for the market overall, not just for your coin brokerages. And God help us if we go negative on
so
the
this
S.
is what I was pointing out yesterday. Is
Mm-hmm.
I see several things with this setup on the higher time frame, 4 hour daily, where we have bounced off, and this is key to me. Double bottom off of, so you could say this one is the double bottom, or these two are the double bottom off of your 200 moving averages. All of your moving averages, they're clustered, coming out of oversold conditions. And what I see is a retrace, possibly deeper than the 200, but then a bounce here. Like this is a strong support. Um, and there are a lot of things that this is below. I can't say
Oh,
too much for
thank
that.
you, Brianna.
But Badu, what else was I put them in the chat yesterday. I put the screenshots. of the
So I
ones
don't
that
know if
you
you
read.
read the chat, but Brianna just mentioned that the Nvidia 100 put for 321 has an open interest of 55,000 plus.
I was looking at some stuff that, where is it at? On bar chart that just was crazy about the amount of volume and open interest and just millions and millions and millions of puts everywhere, which is not
But do
surprising,
you,
I
so
guess.
some of that kind of, so like we pay attention to that, but is that part of the market maker trying to take your money?
Um, is that part of the market maker trying to take your money? The puts? The high put open interest?
Yeah.
It could very, I mean, this could very
Well,
well be a
so
setup. I've
could be,
seen V
but
shaped
remember, we
corrections.
said like $900 million that Citadel has paid in the last 9 months to see your order flow. Like the market maker knows what we're doing.
Absolutely.
The market maker knows what everybody is doing.
Absolutely. I saw just some very interesting stuff in the options chains. And usually, guys, I'm up at 4:45, 5 o'clock preparing, but I am taking on a new thing and it totally disrupted my morning. But let me get over here and
You're
you
fine.
can't see
Only
it.
disrupted the morning.
Listen, but I think I got the swing of it now. Um, put so 120 and 122 puts have 229,000 and 213,000. Let me show you. This is one of my favorite resources. Uh,
Oh wow. I'll let you finish that, but so Culpepper Research, this is on AppLovin. We are short AppLovin, an ad tech platform for mobile games, having peaked at 173 billion in market cap. We believe AppLovin could go down as the single largest stock promotion unraveling since at least GFC.
what that begs the interesting question: what are the other stock rug pulls? So that goes back to, for
No,
me,
and but is this somebody just
that goes back to our original um framework principles for how you choose investments. It's kind of the same way
Mhm.
that I choose what to trade, but all of this new technology opens the door for those rug pulls. Um, so I guess all I can say about that is you got to be careful if you're not trading blue chips. I
I mean
had
that's
never heard
fair.
of App Loving until um what, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's see. Mm,
looking for some. So you can see I put my bar chart options activity screen up here, and you can see the put flow on Nvidia is significantly higher than the calls. Does that mean anything? Is that just the market maker? I saw something where there was 101 volume for like 20 rows, and then there was 102 volume for 20 rows. It's interesting studying these options chains, but that's another story for another time after I try to figure out what that might mean.
I don't know.
5 minutes to go. What are you looking at for?
Um, Veil in the mix. Gonna check them out as well. We can definitely look at Veil. That's a name I haven't heard from since for a good long while. uh, So what am I looking at? I think MicroStrategy hasn't cracked anywhere close to as low as it's going to go. I'm looking for some puts there. I don't see some miraculous turnaround in Bitcoin that's going to make those puts not pay. Um, Meta, I'm just leaving Meta alone for right now. Would love to see if we get a nice bounce on app 11 and perhaps some more downside because it wicked as low. Not hourly. It's not
I see so
hourly.
much more like coin. I think could go as low now
Oh
as
yeah,
one
like
sixty five.
190. Oh well,
Let me
short
look
term
at because
190.
we have traded Amazon puts,
Tesla
um,
puts.
Google puts. So Amazon is given it might be done to me just based on
The put action or the what might be done.
I killed my Amazon puts a couple days ago, but if you look at the chart, let's drop down to a daily. This is that setup that I was looking for. So it has not gotten completely to the 200. That is not out of the realm of possibility. That would put it at 200, but it's gotten damn close. It's gone to the 79 fib level and bounced really hard. So that's what gave me the impression that Amazon may be done. And then there was some news yesterday. I'm not gonna go look for it. Um, Same thing here. Google at the 200 at a key fib level. So I killed Google puts yesterday. Let's see if the lower time frames give me some indication of at least what to be looking for. Man,
So we
if
got
we break this
3 minutes.
174 level, let me get signed into the stuff.
Hmm.
One thing for sure is that I'm going to be patient today. Um, and let
Absolutely.
those first 20, maybe 30 minutes play out before I go running into anything. But let me look at Palantir real quick.
It was up a little bit. I mean, it's still up a tiny bit.
To me, this is a triple bottom or a potential triple bottom, shoulder, head, shoulder. Uh, I can't wait to see what Nvidia does. Fill the gap.
I don't know that I want to be around to see it. And I think retail notions of, them not really doing well at earnings, because I think that this whole CHIP Act and all of that could affect their guidance. And so what we've seen is when people lower guidance, when companies have lowered guidance or not guided up, or not guided at all, there tends to be a massive drop. And we are 1 minute before market open.
Well, I'm gonna miss it because I gotta make some coffee. I'm gonna mute myself. I'll be back a couple
Make some
minutes.
coffee. Okay, I'll make your coffee. So for those who have been around, you all know these first couple of minutes we spend kind of assessing positions, closing things out, and what have you. And I'm just curious to see how these first 15, 20 minutes play out as well. And so it may just be a lot of I don't want to say banter, but banter back and forth. It is not looking good for the home team here on a lot of stocks. So okay. Some interesting action here. We'll pop an app 11. Do we go negative right off the bat here? Looking like a possibility. Looking like a real possibility that um, yeah. Do we pop and then drop? Again, I don't know what is going on with Carvana. And we're now only up 10 on SPX. So we've given back 20 points of that drop. Interestingly enough, I think I'm going to close a few things here.
Okay, so much for my Apple 250.
I think it'll be just fine.
At some point, but not at the moment. I think this may be just that morning fake out. Because I don't see anything in the news that would Apple urged by Trump to eliminate DEI policies. Oh well, there's that. That's worth talking about a little bit. I was kind of surprised that their shareholders, whomever they may be, voted not to quell the DEI policies because that leads to layoffs, and layoffs lead to share price appreciation. So I was kind of surprised at that. Not I don't have a feeling about it one way or the other. I just was surprised that as shareholders they would make that decision.
Hmm. I don't know. This is just some really weird action to me.
Not really, man, because this is we talked about this last time we were here, I guess Monday. They've done this to us week after week after week for like the last 6 weeks. One week it was Trump policies, the next week it was deep sea. But every week to 2 weeks, we get this great big something in the news that causes this great big drop in the market. And then we rebound. I think the important thing is to kind of sit back and take a macro look at what the hell are they setting us up for. And so for me, that would be looking at the news critically, looking at the higher time frame charts, and kind of trying to look at the option chain to see what are they trying to entice you to do, and then possibly doing the opposite of that. I think that 98% of retail is going to just follow whatever the 5 minute candles say. And then the market maker will do the opposite of that.
Quite possibly.
What is, I mean, the research says that 98% of retail traders are going to do whatever these candles um elicit them to do. And so if we get two red candles at the open, everybody's going to pile into calls. It's not going to be a majority because those retail traders are not buying uh, as many contracts and as many shares as institutions. But that's how retail is going to get wrecked. So I am, like you said, sitting on my hands for the moment. AAPL. I bought that Apple 250 yesterday, and I possibly should have sold it yesterday. Um, got Palantir. Hmm.
Do we? This just seems so What's Palantir doing? A whole lot of
Not
nothing.
much.
I
Trying to
think,
see if
yeah,
what
this
I'm
is the day
seeing
to wait
makes
out those
sense.
30 minutes. Hmm.
Trying to see if what I'm seeing makes sense. As in, if the things that are rebounding make sense to be rebounding. Um, and I don't know what that was. So chip stocks, small chip stocks. China's bouncing a little bit. Um, this is what I wanted to look at. This mofo still snuck off. They do not have options contracts, but this is a good investment opportunity here from this setup off the 200 moving average to get into one of the major buy now, pay later players, Sezzle.
Ah, you talked about Sezzle before.
hmm They ran yesterday a decent percent off of earnings, but that's not surprising. I just can't figure out why their counterparts aren't doing the same. Uh,
Doesn't really look like too much of anything. Like I said, this little bit of green doesn't seem sustainable. And just dragging.
Now, when you say that, what are you looking at? You said this little bit of green doesn't seem sustainable. Are you looking at a particular index or just the
Um,
market?
so, so I am indeed looking at SPX. I do think that the thing that may get it green will be later on. I mean, will may give it some sustained something might be. Okay, so nice little bounce here. Um, the Nvidia earnings. Uh, that Apple keeps falling, and yeah, we were almost negative.
Hold on, this is another example of that setup that I'm talking about. It's just so significant, undeniably significant. And this is it on a daily chart that trade off of cluster moving averages, but anchored by the 200. And the things that are there, the things that are set up in that way, are bullish right now. I think Apple's just trading into this 50-21 combination, and then it'll come back because this is a big double bottom off of the 200 moving average that is pointing straight up. But we'll see. I think, and I hate to say it, um, that it does kind of hinge on Nvidia, which is unfortunate because what do you? I think they should have excellent earnings. I think
Oh
that
yeah,
the
no doubt.
full
But what will their
guidance,
guidance look like?
yeah, that's going to be, um, ay, ay, ay. The other thing that I was thinking about, and maybe this is some tenfold hat level stuff, is that you know that um on the second term, presidents kind of care a little less about things like this, right? So in the
Right.
first term, you want to be known for a booming stock market and blah blah blah. But in the second term, you don't have to care as much. And so for me, that could mean that there's an opportunity for them to use him as a scapegoat for a major correction.
Mm. Now that actually makes a whole heaping ton of sense. A whole heaping ton of sense.
I mean, does it seem to you, is it just me, or does it seem like he's not giving a damn about the impact? that the things that he's saying and doing are having on these corporations, these American corporations.
No, but Donnie hasn't really given a flying flip. It's like anyway, so it's kind of like, all right, well.
I think that there are things that he cares about, and that they are the unfortunate collateral damage um, in his hardball negotiations.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, dear. Hello. What is this? Oh. Yeah. What is that? So energy seems to be running. I haven't looked at any news. Natasha is teaching me how to be an Amazon seller. And so stayed up last night getting all these boxes ready to ship to Amazon. And then she was like, okay, schedule a pickup. Pickup was scheduled between 9 and 6 today. So I spent the greater part of my morning taping boxes shut and carrying them out to the front porch until about 5 after 9. Haven't looked at much news at all, probably any news at all. And so definitely an off day for me in that regard. But what I'm noticing that is that energy is running. Yeah, shit. Energy is running, as evidenced by um, First Solar, Oklo. And when I say energy, I guess I'm kind of painting with a broad stroke, talking about nuclear, talking about solar, anything that powers anything, basically. But I do see an uptick there, and that makes sense.
Mm,
The unfortunate thing for AI is that oh my God, this is what I was looking at last night before I went to
Tesla
sleep.
looking stiffy.
Look at this.
Maybe
Have you talked about
looking at some
Microsoft?
Tesla. You know what? I don't generally do a lot of playing around with Microsoft. What's it doing? Let me look. I think Tesla's getting ready to crap the bed. By the way,
I'm not in anything Tesla right now, so let's get a look.
and you a day early. Oh, geez, yeah. Look at Microsoft. Mm,
Right, I saw something in the news that was like, "Oh, let me go look at Microsoft." Um, yeah, I can't be convinced of anything with Tesla until I see what the next candle does. I know what Apple's doing. What else is
I'm just sitting on my hands, waiting for the next play. That's what I'm doing. We got 1 minute left on this 15. I was not successful at getting in on app 11. The spreads were just too wild. That would have been a nice. Uh, that would have been a nice one. Definitely would have been a nice one. Oh damn! They just halted app 11.
damn? They halted it.
They halted it.
So it has fallen. Mm. You know what I was just talking about that 200 moving average. See what
Mm-hmm.
it is, right? Far in a land far, far away, there's $200, and seems like that's where App 11 may want to go.
It may. It may. Oh, but over what time? But over what time period? I guess
Don't
is
look
the. I mean, the way that they're selling that damn thing, it could be
like
today.
exactly. It could be like
Like,
so. Basically, if I heard what you said correctly, they essentially called it a rug pull. I mean, in so many
yeah,
words, right?
yeah. In so many words, that's exactly what they did.
So I mean, down goes Frazier.
It happens to the best of them. Definitely happens to the best of them.
I like
And what
SMCI off of this red candle on the 200 moving average. Key fib level, it turned around on a dime, excuse me, at the 7-9. Now it's at another key fib level. I like SMCI. Spread's probably crazy though.
mm, what are you looking at?
What do you mean? What am I looking at?
Strike
I'm
indeed.
not looking at any contracts yet. I'm just looking at what am I showing? Am I
Oh, okay.
showing? Yeah, I'm showing charts. Just looking at the setup. Kind of relaxed this morning about entering stuff because with SMCI, I'm like, well, wait, Nvidia reports later, so it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
risky.
It looks like the bottom wants to. It's like it's struggling. It looks like the bottom wants to fall out of this thing.
Of what the market?
All of it. Mm-hmm.
There's some things now. There's some things I like this setup, but I just gotta watch and see because waiting for this announcement, the lunar announcement. That should send us back in the other direction.
Now, are you expecting a lunar announcement today? I know we talked about intuitive machines earlier today, this morning.
It should, well, they said no earlier than today. And so it could come today or sometime next year. But I'm thinking it'll be soon because they were all, let's look at what they have said in the last day. Set to embark on second moon landing mission 3 hours ago. Second moon landing mission ready to go, but it's been ready to go for a week. So I think it could come any moment. And just for
Okay.
some perspective, this was got a big old red sign up there. Last moon launch, we went from $2 to 14-ish dollars. Um, so 7x gains would be nice today or tomorrow.
Jesus, they unhalted at 11 and it is sub 300
What's going
now.
on with UNH?
Nothing. Like it should be down a whole lot more than it is, and it's just not falling. So
Hmm.
leave that one alone till it's ready.
I guess it's done until the outcome of the investigation is what it's kind of given. Oh, these show this
I
report
mean,
today. So Teledoc reports today. It's good to know. And they have that
mm-hmm.
setup that I like. That thing that I like on the 4 hour off of those key fib levels and basically the 200. But what I've seen happen a lot lately is that it will be set up, it will give every indication that it's ready to reverse, and then it'll drop all the way to the 200. So a lot of who knows.
Mm-hmm.
As in, usually I feel comfortable saying, yeah, this is what I think is going to happen. This is the level that I think is going to. Um, Today, I'm like not taking that responsibility unless I see something that is really, really obvious.
Mm, looks like Palantir wants to try. Palantir is still up to.
I'm in Palantir call, so it would be nice. This is a good setup. Devon was one of those. It's an energy company, and it is one that the politicians were buying with no respect for entries. What I've noticed is they don't give a damn about the entry. So they were in reports a week ago. But this is my setup off of the 200. So if you are in the mentorship and you're watching, this is what I'm looking for. And it is set up on DVN. Profit targets up above. Is that anywhere we have not been? Nope. 200 is at 41. Right, $5 a range. Could get there in 5 days based on the ATR. That's a decent trade for somebody. Oh, consumer staples and I will call them discount retailers were running yesterday. Let's see if that's still the case. Hmm. What else? DG.
Dollar General.
Mm-hmm. All down today, except for Walmart.
Hmm.
You are the fundamentals person, so consumer confidence is not good. Is that what it is?
What today? Consumer confidence numbers were yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
But they don't die yesterday.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
So I guess what I'm unsure of in the consumer confidence space though is what the what was my thing? So they were February numbers. Is that I don't know what that encompassed, if that makes any sense to you, right? So we are still in February.
hmm,
We are still in February, so don't know. I hate these days where there's not really a super great trade to be taken.
I'm seeing stuff. Like,
But sometimes,
I see a nice setup on Airbnb. I've seen this setup at least 5 times. And I was thinking yesterday, so people about to stop traveling, but everything was just dropping. So that was just me being me. But this is my setup. There were like 5 charts ago. I was like, oh, this is a setup. What was that? So Airbnb has a nice setup on it. Um, Devon Energy has a nice setup. A lovely setup, actually. AIFF, not yet. I will wait for it to drop to the 886, but there are some good looking setups here. It's just, are you brave enough?
you know how I feel about cash as a position.
Hmm. I moved a bunch of cash out of my trading account
Absolutely.
Monday. And I haven't even been back over there. Just traded in Fidelity yesterday. And I only took three things. So one was I had taken a Tesla put, closed that out. I took a
Mm-hmm.
Palantir call right at the money, down in here somewhere, and I took that Apple 250, which was a very slow day for me, but prudent, prudent. And Apple is another call entry for me, to me, I should say. So yeah, ooh,
Ooh, what?
NRG, energy is what's moving right now. NRG has got a hell of a setup off of the 200. I think this is energy.
Perpetual shine. Somebody wanted to know if you were looking at hymns. I'll look at hymns while you do
I
that.
think Hims is another one with a wonderful setup off of the moving averages on the daily. Bounced right off the 50 with a doji, and now it's printing a nice green candle, but it has resistance at 46.29.
Oh, yep, you see it. Absolutely see it.
It to me it's apparent that today is the day to look for energy and energy related stocks. First Solar is up 12%. Um, DVN is set up. Oklo is up 9%, although it doesn't look impressive. Um, Nano Nuclear is gonna make a go at the 200 moving average up there around 32. NRG, of course, is pushing off the 250 combination. What else? Winco Solar, who's been battered and bruised, is having a hell of a morning. So I would say just look at energy. Don't make it hard. SMR is nuclear. Da, da, da. SEG. Constellation Energy Group is going to make a go at its 200. And it has the ATR to get there today. I might trade this. I like this setup. I might look for contracts on SEG.
And I very likely won't take any trades today. Well, it just depends. I may take some lot of up and down, but
Look at this setup though, before you say that. And you might not trade it. I've never traded this myself personally, but this is an ideal setup on the daily. And then on the hourly, you've got all of this range up to 305. I'll probably take that today.
I mean, I see it. I see it. I see it very clearly from your chart. I don't know. I'm not feeling anything. Not some, just the dynamic. This is a day that unless I'm gonna, and I don't feel like I have a clear direction. Everything's just
Mm.
kind of sitting here in limbo-ish for me, and I don't like it.
I would think that's largely about what you're looking at.
True. True, true, true.
This is fintech. Largely about what you're looking at. Um, I think I got a handle on. So there's the setup on Intel.
We did
Like
talk about getting. I know we talked about that this morning. I'm
you
now
said
I that I
25,
may
right?
re-enter my I may
Yeah.
re-enter my leaps.
Uh, yeah, this is the setup. I mean, so I'll probably get some more of that. Uh, so my goal has been to number one, every day I am kind of doing an audit. I think all traders should. This is a part of developing that mindset series that we talked about. Um, what kind of not checks and balances per se, but at the end of every day, auditing your performance. All right, what did I do that worked well today? What did I do that I don't want to do moving forward? And so, one of the things I talked about this yesterday, maybe, was just identifying what I'm interested in and focusing on that because being here, like I missed my damn Baba entry the other day, just kind of all over the place. So just identifying what I want to do and focusing on that is one of the observations that I made that would improve my outcomes. And so I think that every trader, newer trader especially, should do that at the end of every trading day. Really sit down and evaluate yourself objectively and take to heart the changes that you want to make based on what happened during the trading day. And every day strive to get better with those things. Oh, Tesla's looking like a put.
Hmm.
Now, look, Tesla's looking like a put. Now it's looking like a call. uh, I'm with you. The only thing that I see that I'm really like, all right, that looks like it could be a winner is that CEG trade.
Yeah, and again, just to the newer trade, cash is a position, and feeling like some days like I just don't need to trade because what I'm seeing here too is a lot of this chop that will just eat up your your premium.
Mm-hmm. Call it running out the shot clock.
Hmm. Yep. So for me, it's just like, all right, well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm looking. I've been scrolling through this list this entire time, and let's see.
Ooh, my stomach just did a whole big old angry brow.
So tomorrow, when you pick me up from the airport, ma'am, I want to go have churro waffles and mimosa flights. Is that okay?
No,
No.
they close at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
What time do I get there tomorrow?
You're not leaving till 4. I don't think you get into like 8 p.m.
Oh shit. All right. At least somebody knows.
Well, you know.
You're right. I don't leave until after the market closes.
Hmm. So yeah, that will be a little difficult, but
Okay. Well, what else? What can we eat tomorrow?
uh, let me think on that one. What would you like to eat?
You've been talking about this like steakhouse, not a steakhouse. What is it?
Yeah,
Texas de Brazil? Texas de Brazil? Is that
yeah,
it?
but you don't get into like 8:30, dear.
It doesn't take that long. Are you serious? Let me check my email.
Yeah, check your email.
I'll be having Mexican Popeyes then or something.
They might be closed by the time we get back up this motherfucker too. I mean, ooh. That's what I say. Bad word. Bad word.
In case you guys hadn't noticed, we're very down to earth. Um, so let me look back at SEG because I have not reached the area. I mean the level of development where I'm like, I'm just not gonna take a trade today. 292. Let me find the contract. Where is that? It was something called STT. That was interesting. Iron. What is Iron?
I haven't heard you talk about Iron in a day or three.
Been a couple days, but look at STT State Street. Okay,
State Street Capital. Okay.
there was something going on with the politicians in State Street. But let me find this said contract. Uh, uh, uh. Get my level is 292. $28. It's not much to see. 290 for 321. Let's go over here.
Hmm. My stomach is like, it's making real noise. Tesla looks like it wants to put
321. Hmm.
I don't want to go down the stairs, but my laptop is gonna die. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna warm up my coffee.
Bid ask is insane. Ah, so I'm looking at SEG. The only place that, and all of the spreads are kind of crazy. My level is 290, 292. So the 290
Okay, I'm back. The donut in my mouth. Did I miss anything while I was gone? Hello?
You know how my
You there?
internet gets down. Yeah, you know how my
I'm about to
internet
say,
gets
wait a
down.
minute.
I talked to them about that yesterday, though. So they're supposed to be sending somebody out here to see why, um, if the wind blows in China, my internet goes out.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm. 280, 300. So the only thing I really see is um 300 or 290. Say 300 or 310. And the 310 is about $1,000, and the 300 is about 1,200 bucks. Those are 417 contracts. 320, I'm gonna look at 328 because I like to be at least 5 weeks out. There's virtually no open interest there. It's not shocking. 321 would be, I found a decent spread, like 290, 321, 290. So when my entry presents itself, I'm probably gonna do the 321, 290 or that 417, 310 more than likely. Let me drop down. This is my entry. Three. So I'm gonna do the 321, 290. And I'm gonna take that here, I think. 321, 290. And then unless Tesla does something fantastic, I'm probably done. So again, taking the SEG 321, 290, as long as the spread is not crazy, because bar chart is on a 15-minute delay. 321.
For its options or for
I guess in general, I just noticed that the little notation up there. And then when I come over here to the platform, trading platform, a lot of times it's a significant difference in what they're reporting as the price. So bid ask is $1 difference. The last trade was 12 bucks. Do I want to take something different? Let's see what the 280 looks like. I prefer to be at the money.
mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of time, especially in this market. It's still $1. Let me see if I can get in at the last of 1590. And let's see if I get filled. Nope, it's not gonna fill because the candle is green. Yeah, yeah, 16. What I like about E-Trade versus Fidelity is E-Trade will fill you at the best price, whereas Fidelity is just going, it seems to fill you at the max. I'm gonna have to pay $1,700 for this contract. Is what it seems like. See what volume is doing. Patiently waiting.
So we just touched 6,000 on SPX. And now I'm patiently waiting to see if it can break through or if we come back down. We shall see, we shall see.
No risk, no reward. The ask is now acceptable. Uh, take it. Modified order quantity is greater than the leaves quantity. What? Leave me alone. I don't even know what they're talking about. Don't change the order. Change the order. Oh, I think it might have gotten filled. Is that what happened? Okay. There we go. So it would be nice now that I have that. It would be nice to counter that with one of Natasha's good puts. Let's see. I'm hungry.
I don't know. It looks like we might want to move higher. Not 100% convinced just yet, but it looks like we might want to. Even coin and MicroStrategy are green. Like,
So you could take for those looking for smaller premiums, you could play SQQQ here. I would not get comfortable in SQQQ puts, but the hourly is saying that it could go almost $1. 4 hours saying the same down here to the 200. Mm, uh-huh. About 29, 29.10 ish.
just trying to hang out till 10:30, but I don't think, I don't know. Like I said, I don't see anything enticing enough at this moment to make me.
Hems had somebody asked about Hems, and Hems had something price target raised to 39. I hate when they do that. I think Hems was just I keep reminding everybody that Hems came on my radar. It's very similar to Teledoc, but it came on my radar because there was talk about them being a potential Amazon acquisition target. And this is the Hems setup. I mean, this is the setup off of that 200. Yeah. I'm with you though on I think the vibe that I'm getting from you is like I don't trust none of this ish.
Nope.
And I so that yes, I'm very much with you on that. But some of these setups, and I'll just start naming them off for people who may be interested. Oklo is one that we had traded puts on. Traded from 58, 59-ish down to 28 in a matter of that's probably about 2 weeks. Right into the 200 and bounced. And we haven't seen four green candles in a row since February 7th. So some things are interesting looking setups. I'm not touching anything semiconductor.
Mm-mm.
But all of my energy stuff is up. I don't see. Let me just refresh my little dashboard for the first time this morning.
I think
What
that's
is in
might be where
video?
they get everybody long and then rug pull.
Yeah, yeah. Right. We see no reason to change our. So that Benzinga is not gonna let me actually read the article, but this is what I guess my feelings is. It says HIMS analyst says, um, we see no reason to change our view, and there are those things where I'm like, I don't. I still feel the same way about this stock. And now that it's had this deep retrace, like Lunar, for example, now that it's had this deep retrace, Intel, for example, um, I feel more strongly than I did when it was 20% higher. So there are those things, but then there are those other things that are like, yeah, I'm not sure. Um, like Nvidia, for example, AMD, what the hell they're doing?
Who knows?
Are we boring you, Natasha?
Mm-mm.
Curious about Okta Q4 performance.
Nope, not at all. I'm just looking at a few things.
Yeah, it's energy. Like, so I think I posted an article in the Mighty Network over the weekend about sector rotation. And right now it's energy's turn. NRG has bounced off of the 200 moving average again, expecting a higher high. I'll just draw a fib off of this low to this high. Target would be 122, which is great from 112. So there are opportunities. I haven't looked at many on the downside this morning, but there's some stuff. Update.
Definitely some things. Definitely some things.
So tomorrow we got jobless claims, durable goods. What else?
That sounds about. Let's see. What else do we have?
Barking and Bostic.
Yeah, they are going to speak. It's pretty much probably a nothing burger where those two are concerned. Nobody, Raphael Bostic, he just like, they both like to hear themselves talk, is what I would say to you. Let's see, tomorrow. Yep. initial jobless claims. I'm kind of curious how that's going to pan out, just with what we were talking about, in terms of, like my friends who work for the government and what I'm hearing back from, from them and what have you. So I don't know. Don't know. Uh, I think none of that makes a difference. Um, Not as in general. None of that makes a difference on the eve of Nvidia earnings. It's going to do what it wants to do in the market right now, and what happens next, in my opinion, is based on what that looks like. So that's just my 2 cents. That's not what's going to fuel the market. The 6,000 level. Mm. So yeah, today is probably going to be one of those days where I don't do much. Maybe I'll find a setup later in the day that I like after some more of this is played out. But right now, what are we doing? I'm just closing this one. Yeah, right now, I just don't see, even though there's some good setups, I don't, my level of risk on today is kind of low, is what I would say. Are you there? Well, I don't know what happened to Leslie. I'm still here. I think she may be having some connectivity issues, but there you go. You're back. Hello. 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 All right. So I can see. I can see your screen, Leslie, but I can't hear you.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm just trying to look at the earnings calendar to see if there's anything noteworthy other than Nvidia.
Yes.
You were talking about Dell yesterday.
And what is Dell doing? I took them out of my little watch list. Dell, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? It's up. I mean, I don't see why, if earnings are good, that they don't hit 120 again.
That NRG trade is looking real juicy right now. I'm gonna come out of the dashboard. Did you want to look at anything? Any charts?
Nah, I think I'm good.
Mm,
Palantir just went negative, by the way. Um, and I don't want to say that this is what I'm talking about per se, but that upward movement. Yeah. I don't think we go negative. If we do go negative, look out below, but just a lot not to trust about what I see going on here.
the only two things that have really caught my eye are NRG and CEG. Um, Kind of all of this stuff is moving, like I've been saying, but I would love to be like, all right, I could take a put on this. I'm just not seeing anything. Maybe Apple is lining up a put.
No, but that Tesla push. Whew,
Is it
I think
moving?
you take it. Tesla's 296. 296.44.
I am more than likely gonna just observe my rule and do my Tesla thing tomorrow. Um, when there's not so much concern about them consolidating for half a day.
Mm-hmm.
Lucid, the contracts will be cheaper. Lucid. Everything is at those key levels where if they don't bounce here, all hell's gonna break loose.
Mm-hmm. That is pretty much what we got. Meta's actually having a pretty decent day, but it's up $20.
Like FPay shares from this price.
All right. Well, it is
10:32.
10:30. Yep. Go hang out in the she shed and she shed on.
Give me a call. My phone is charged.
Oh, is it?
It
Yay.
is.
All right. I'll call you in a couple minutes.
All right. Peace, guys. See you